playing Sims 4, building up the perfect gothic family of many, many people and having as many gothic children as I could, or that's at least what I thought I was going to be doing. I started off by, of course, doing like any other Sims player would doing and spending 7 hours customizing my sim to make them look perfect. I wanted to be a vampire, so of course I went for the grey skin, and I found some really strange looking teeth, but I thought it might turn off too many people, so I decided not to go with those ones in the end. The mouth was an absolute jump scare as well, so let's just speed this one along. So I made my sim and I put them into the gothic inspired town. This outfit was not it. I no idea where this outfit came from because that's definitely not what I dressed him in, so I thought we got to change that before we even start talking to women because that is a choice. I decided to go to the most social place known to man, obviously the library. Don't know really why I chose to go here, and I started off my attack on this lovely lady just here. Looked like she already had a man, so I thought I better not interject too much. I decided to then head over to this one who was already feeling flirty. Probably should have known the red flags at this point. She already had a boyfriend. And these two were just making out, so I'm glad I left that one alone. I then tried it with this redhead beautiful girl, and she didn't want any of it, and these two were still making out. This is the one that I realised then definitely did have a boyfriend, and I went to the mirror and was just like, what the fuck am I doing? He was obviously in despair for a little while, and as he was coming to the end of his despair moment, this poor little lady came into the bathroom, and I decided to console her and take her under my wing and tell her, everything's okay, I'm here for you. And I obviously asked if she's single, to which she replied yes, and then I made my move. I started with the very kind, very caring hug into the, can I take your phone number just so we can be friends? Another little hug here, and here is where I made my pounce, and I went in for the kiss. Didn't seem to have any problems with that, and this bitch bag in the background was like judging. I don't know what her problem was, but I thought, you know what, I'm a vampire, I'm going to kill her. At this point, I realised I forgot to select vampire on the skills list. Don't really think it counts as skill, but you know what I mean. I forgot to select it as a trait, so I thought I'm going to have to do something here. So I gave my lady a little kiss goodbye, little being the word there, and these people in the background were still judging me. And we made out again by the bookshelves. And then just to finish it off, I decided to propose to her. I had no control over this. My sim randomly just started proposing, and I was a little bit taken aback by that because it's kind of thrown a spanner in the works, but I needed to turn into a vampire before my plan went ahead. I knew that the Vautour household contained Lilith and Caleb, and I knew that I could probably turn into a vampire by speaking to Lilith. I didn't realise at this point I was actually speaking to Caleb, and I was actually flirting with him rather than Lilith. And this is where the story all just goes a different way to how I expected it to go. At this point I thought, well, why not? I might as well just carry on. I want to turn into a vampire, and I'm going to do that any way means possible, even if it means flirting with Caleb here. He's not bad on the eyes, so it didn't really hurt. And my player was quite enjoying it, but don't forget the mission. His sister was a little bit annoying. She was constantly there. We were doing this very, very strange dance, which was just a little bit creepy. And then she started doing push-ups on the floor, which again was a little bit weird. This dance went on for what seemed like ages, and I decided to make my move. And I decided to sing to him and confess my love. And then suddenly I needed the toilet, and it kind of killed the mood a little bit. Whilst he was on the toilet, I explored the house and found this really, really weird looking room. And yet again, his sister was there, cock-blocking us, just like looking. I think even Caleb was getting a little bit sick of his sister at this point because he turned anti-Lilith, which I don't really understand what the hell was going on. We then had some fun time in the shower, and it was steamy, quite literally. Did this weird dance, and I decided to switch households and just basically turn myself. Quite ironic as well that I actually used Lilith to do that. I then sent her out on a run because she just would not leave us alone, and whilst we had some alone time, we obviously did the hanky-panky, and then slept for a long, long time. Whilst that was happening, Caleb went out to beat up the bitch bag that called me out earlier, and I was not looking good. I was looking rough. And yeah, this woman just kind of like stormed away in a really weird way. And then there was this guy still at the house, so Caleb went and had a little drinky drink of him, of course. No idea how he's actually in the house or what he's doing there. Then we had an argument and Caleb kind of zipped away, but we soon made up after that, so all was good. Not forgetting my reason I'm doing this, of course. Absolute jump scare at this point. I think even the sim thought that. Then we had a little argument and Caleb just drank blood from me randomly. I guess because he'd got so thirsty. And yeah, I mean, his sister's just like literally, is that not your partner? I think Caleb felt a little bit of remorse and we had a little bit of an argument again. I then went back to my own house and slept for what felt like ages. I guess I was turning into a vampire at this point, so I really needed to get my energy up together. Caleb randomly turned up at the door as well. I didn't get a chance to even let him in because he decided to fuck off before I even had a chance. And I turned into a vampire. Woohoo! Into this horrible, horrible outfit as well. That outfit went straight away, and of course I rung up my one true love. Cannot remember her name, the reason I was doing this all for. She's obviously made that much of an impact on my life. Caleb then turned up and was just a little bit shitty, so I decided to just give him a little kiss to say thank you so much, sorry I used you throughout all this time. And it went a little bit further than just a kiss. Mind you, obviously the girl is still in the house at this point. I sat in the shower, sent everyone home, and just completely pondered what I did with my life. I then decided I was going to give them both a call, bring them over, and sort this out once and for all. I was feeling a little bit like Elena Gilbert in the Vampire Diaries between Stefan and Damon at this point, and unfortunately the lady, still can't remember her name, decided to stand there and watch me kiss, so it went a little bit awkward. Then we all decided to randomly go up the stairs together, which just made it a little bit even worse. I then got into bed with who I thought was Caleb, and shit, it was actually the other one. And Caleb just kind of stood there, was like, what the hell's going on? I was praying at this point I hadn't actually made her pregnant, even though that was the main idea of the game. But I wasn't sure who I was going to choose, and we made up and, had a little kiss, and then we went and did the woohoo. Really, really weird. I then decided to go downstairs and actually have a chat with them and sort this out, and Caleb just decided to leave before I even had a chance to explain what was going on. I decided that we should just be friends. I rang up Caleb, travelled to his house, and of course had to propose to my one true love. This obviously was not the way I was expecting the story to go. It was meant to go very, very differently, but it just happened, and he asked me to move in. It was perfect timing, so of course I said yes, and unfortunately I did kick Lilith out. I felt a bit bad about this, putting her in like my little shit house and taking her house, but I left her with a little bit of money. I told her it was all okay, told her about the engagement, we gave her a spare key, she's fine, she was still giving side eye, and then we got changed because we were going to get married that day. Oh my god, I look so handsome in that suit. And then Caleb looks just, it is normal. There we go, he has changed now. We were giving each other kisses, and then we ran off and got married. Nobody was really watching because we wanted just an intimate ceremony. And then this is the lady from earlier who I was like in love with and then not in love with, and I guess she just came to explain all was okay. We had a little chat on the terrace just to see where we were going, and then we adopted a baby together. And yeah, so that was a very strange story to how it started off being, but yes. Just goes to show, I guess you don't always know what's going to happen in Sims 4 or what path you're going to take. But thank you so much, guys, for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed my Sims content, and I can't wait to be back for more. I think these two are happily in love, and I can't wait to see what happens next for them.